asked the milkman to fill the tub with milk. The milkman said, "You want that milk pasteurized?" And the blonde replied, "No, just up to my boobs. I can splash it in my eyes."
Okay, like, share, and subscribe. But today, what I'm gonna talk about is it's gonna be a slight rant, but I can only get so worked up about this because I used to make a lot of videos about WWE. Most of them are deleted now, but I'm back with another, the bitch and moan and complain about this shit, as is my right as an American citizen. Uh, but for real, WWE, I just can't watch the shows no more. Like the TV shows, I don't watch the pay-per-views. Ever since they moved from Peacock to ESPN, and I saw they was charging $29.99, I was like, well, I'm out of here. So I just be watching like the replays and stuff. And I guess eventually they'll have the archive on Netflix or Peacock, probably Netflix. So I just watch it at some point. Some of y'all international, so y'all, I'm not saying internet people who international go listen to this, but eventually if you do, you have Netflix. You can just go to Netflix. And WWE ain't they about all they about is the dollar now. Cause it's like I started having bad feelings towards it after WrestleMania. I know some people gonna be like, "Oh nah, you capping," but after WrestleMania 39, I was like, "Bruh, what the hell was that?" And I'm not talking about after Cody won. I'm talking about when cause 39 was where he lost, and the nigga threw the rubber chicken in the ring. That's exactly how everybody felt. It was like, "This is some bullshit. We got to protest in the only way we know how." Like, I wouldn't have thrown no rubber duck in the ring or no rubber chicken, but that's just what nigga felt like doing. He brought that with him. That he was exercising his First Amendment rights, which, as long as he ain't hurt nobody, fine. I guess that was his right to assembly. I don't know, but or right to bear arms, whichever you want to say. The ticket prices are getting out of hand. They've been getting out of hand for a while now, but I ain't I ain't a live show person. I'll watch it on TV because I ain't trying to go to no live events like that. I have anxiety when it comes to that. Like, I'm able to do certain things, but I rarely even go to the movies anymore, to be honest. Because it's like, I just don't know how niggas is really gonna be acting when I go outside. You feel me? But anyway, that's my anxieties. I'm not trying to push those on y'all. I just this have this sinking feeling that in a couple of years WWE is gonna be we're gonna have like AI scripts writing the shows week to week, and it's kind of feels like that is happening already. Feels like Chat GPT is like, oh yeah, we're gonna have Penta have a match versus this person every fucking week for 2 years straight, and I'm like, I don't hate Penta. I wasn't like a huge fan of the Lucha Bros, but when Penta first came, I was like, oh, he on some shit. But then he immediately started losing to Braun Breaker and Dominic Mysterio, and I was like, okay. And that's fine because you made Dom the Intercontinental Champion, which WWE has had a problem for a minute. When somebody wins a championship, they do not know how to book them to have interesting title defenses. They all follow the same formula. And I know people are gonna say, "Oh, it's been that way since John Cena. It's been that way since this person." John Cena actually seemed like he could lose to Umaga and the Great Khali, and you would give a wily veteran like Shawn Michaels and Triple H, you would give them a outside chance of beating John Cena. Even Super Cena, he was like, I don't know, these niggas could still do it. Shawn Michaels had retired by the time Super Cena was like in full force, and I know Super Cena already existed and shit, but it got worse after 2010. So don't check me on that. Uh, and also, I just feel like the people be bitching about the 5 match PLEs, but we also used to bitch about when they used to just throw people on the PLE to get them on there. It's like I get what people saying, like, have back in the day they did used to have hella matches on there, but it seemed like all the matches at least had some type of story to them. The only match niggas never got is they would have the women's battle royales, and they'd be that. Then the only reason niggas didn't like them or the women's tag, and the only reason niggas was like, why are y'all doing this? Is because it would last like 2 minutes. It'd be like, nigga, y'all got on the card, but did y'all? I don't know how y'all had a 30-person battle royale in 2 minutes, but whatever. I'm exaggerating, but it literally was like maybe 5 minutes, and it was like, okay, they all had them come out together, and you know, they had the SmackDown theme song or some type of generic ass theme playing to walk them down to the ring. I was just like, all right, bro, whatever y'all on, I don't want no part of it. That really did used to be the piss break match. Cause even at home when I watched WrestleMania, I was like, oh, I can go to the restroom now. Cause I'm like, I just came off a ladder, Money in the Bank ladder match where Jeff Hardy done jumped off one ladder from in the ring out, like he done jumped on a prone Edge on who's laying on the ladder, and it looked like this nigga literally killed himself in Edge because they wheeled both of them out of there. I was like, nigga, I don't. When the women's match came on that year, I was like, all right, bro, y'all bullshitting. Cause I like, and I'm maybe I'm just spoiled because I'm gonna just say this, like I used to watch WrestleMania like through other means back in the day, like you know maybe not fully above board means. When I was a kid, like I used to rewatch it. Like I didn't watch it on Sunday because I couldn't stay up past a certain time on Sunday. But on like during the weekend, at like the weekend after the WrestleMania what happened, uh, I would watch it that weekend. Like I would watch all my pay per views. I watch No Way Out, all of that shit. Didn't tell my mama about it. I was like, yeah, I'm going to watch WWE. She would only let me watch SmackDown because it came on Friday night. I still had a bedtime, mind you, but it was a lot later than like during the week. During the week, I had to be to sleep by like 9, and on the weekend, including Friday, I could go to sleep at like what 12. So, I'm saying midnight. I don't know why I said 12 and just didn't say midnight, but I'm rambling a little bit. But what was I on? The matches be five. It'd be 5 matches per card. And I'm like, that would make sense if all 5 matches were as good as the other, like it like had as much importance as the one that came before it. Like throw the women's championships on there. I'm not even like a big proponent of like, oh, just try to get women on the card, just even if it don't make sense. No, but some of these women's matches have had better stories than these dudes matches. I don't need to see Cody Rhodes fight this nigga John Cena. Really, at SummerSlam, they could have held off on like switching the belt back over. I know people gonna say, "Oh, that was a great match." It was a good match. Like we ain't gonna glaze it. It was good. It was definitely like 3 steps up from their WrestleMania match, but I don't think that needed to happen at SummerSlam. You could have did that later in the year. You feel like because John Cena really didn't need to turn back face yet. They only did that because they fucked it up so bad. That like that's one big thing that people have basically all wrestling fans, whether you're an AEW stan or a WWE stan, or you got your New Japan Pro Wrestling, your TNA, your MLW, whatever. Everybody has agreed this John Cena heel run was ass. People always started off good. I'm like, nigga, it was a good moment, but everybody was always like, why the fuck is Travis Scott out there? Why the fuck is Travis Scott at WrestleMania? Why was he at either Elimination Chamber or WrestleMania? Like unless he was gonna have a match down the line, what the fuck are we doing? At least you argue with Jelly Roll. He got involved in some in a scuffle, but he eventually had a match. Bad Bunny got involved in the scuffle. He had a couple matches. Both of his matches was well received. I still go back and say Damian Priest should not have lost to little ass Bad Bunny at any point. Like I get, and people gonna say, "Oh, the Miz and Morrison lost to Bad Bunny," but I'm like, Damian Priest was also on Bad Bunny's team, so it carried the weight. You feel me? With Bad Bunny versus Damian Priest, I'm like, Damian Priest should have smoked that nigga. I can't suspension it. I get, oh, people like he had weapons and stuff. I'm like, still, my nigga, like still. It was like watching Rey Mysterio versus Big Show. You was like, nigga, if Rey Mysterio somehow pulled this out, nigga, I'd eat my hat. But If it's and it can't be by disqualification. And that's the only reason I give it a slight pass is because I know people are like, oh, Floyd Mayweather beat Big Show. I'm like, he also cheated to beat Big Show. You see what I mean? Like Bad Bunny, at least you could argue with him. He had weapons, so that is an equalizer. But I got off on a rant. Yeah, WWE don't know how to let storylines die. Like, let that Seth Rollins versus CM Punk feud let it end. I'm like, please let it end. They tried to like for Crown Jewel, they brought back the Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes feud. Let that end. Like, yeah, he got his win, but he didn't get it clean, so it don't really matter in the grand scheme of it. So also let that they finally like when they finally like let that Judgment Day and Rhea Ripley shit in, I was like, please put the belt on Rhea Ripley so we can get the fuck out of here. Like, I started realizing I was like, bro, I don't really love Rhea Ripley because I don't think she cuts the best promos. She's a good in ring worker. She got the vibe and everything. But, bruh, when she was fighting Liv Morgan every fucking week, and I was like, bruh, it's the same script usually. Judgment Day, get the upper hand, then all of a sudden, one of the other ones run out there. Like one of the two Terror twins run out there, and now Judgment Day running off scared or they get their ass whooped. And I'm like, bruh, there is two of them. There is, what, five of y'all. Like, they got a couple good beatdowns in on them, and then that was it. Like, I'm like, at the end of the day, at Bash in Berlin, that's when they died for me. Because it was like, all right, they've been having them get beat up all the time, but they'll probably have them win the match. Nope, had them lose the match too. I was like, how the fuck do you book like that? Is the most sorry, but that is the most retarded booking ever. Because you knew better. You feel me? And I know I'm getting off on a rant. That's just one specific thing. I've talked about it already before, but I hate when they do that shit. Like Triple H, oh, just watch the show and shut the fuck up. How about you suck my dick, you fat nosed bastard? That's it. That's how I'm gonna end it. Real aggressive. Bye. That's my shit. That's my way. Do it like that and I'll repay you. Don't be scared. I ain't afraid. Just like that. Come my way. That's my shit.